But of course, we had omitted or not considered the most important unit from the bottom. So maybe as a secretary to the cabinet, I think it's an issue that you should have really brought up very strongly, especially as a Kenya Kwanza government. So, Chair, I think that is all I have to say. Yeah.
Thank you. We will have Honorable Farah, then I will have Honorable Mogaka as we seal it.
On the issue of the National Security Advisor, I think that has been carried by everybody. It's dead on arrival. Just forget about it. That one is, I think there was a mistake. If the president wants to have his own personal private advisor, he can have. But that person, again, to be in the national security without, the Constitution is very clear. But you, as an officer who is a secretary to the cabinet, who has the security of tenure, and who is supposed to be the secretary to that committee until a substantive person is appointed to that office, I think can develop in both, or probably, and you find a way. But for the time being, that falls on your shoulders. On the issue of the additional 3 more, 6 in the assumption of office, yeah. President who is incoming, we have seen an outgoing president who has appointed all the other ones before him, can always sabotage the process in which the manner in which it's done. So if they insist on having 6, I have no problem with that. You can have the 6. In any case, he's the incoming president, and he has to be given the leeway and have the people who are going to genuinely work with him to make sure that thing is done very smoothly, but not being sabotaged by outgoing teams. That I have no problem with. On the issue of the seal, I think the seal is the president. The custodian of the seal is the president. When you talk about, and with all due respect to my friends here, when you seal the seal of a cabinet, of a company, yes, the seal of a company is held by the secretary, by the secretary to the company. And it's signed by an authorized person. Not necessarily the managing director, not necessarily the chairman. It can be signed even by the secretary. Anybody can sign. But the seal of the state can only be signed by the president. And if the president chooses to have it in the custody of his own head of civil service, so be it. I don't see anything wrong with that. In any case, he is the custodian. He's the actual custodian himself. And whoever he chooses to hold for him that seal, it's his own choice. I don't think for the period he's there, he can give it to anybody. He can give it to, I don't know, whatever he wants to mention. In this case, the head of civil service. On the issue of... on the issue of the CAS, I think that thing has been determined. The courts had their own what do you call, pronouncement on that. As long as the civil service matter, I have my doubts about it. I don't like the judiciary doing all this kind of overreach, what you call judicial overreach. There's certain injusticiability. Provided it's not part of the government, they're not sitting on the cabinet and the rest of it, and the offices created. I think the executive has certain leeway to create certain offices, the manner in which they want to do it. And if it goes through Parliament and Parliament approves, I don't see any role for anybody else in that. And I don't know whether the number, in any case, has an issue, but then that, I think, would be determined by Parliament. It's going to be an exhaustive debate on that, but I don't see any problem with that myself. I think those are the areas that I wanted to, mention.
Thank you, Honorable Farah. Finally, Honorable Mogaka.
Thank you, Co-Chair. Secretary, my name is Stephen Mogaka from West Mugrango constituency, and a member of JLAC. And I can't say more that you are the right person to speak for Cabinet. And indeed, this is a government legislative proposal.
That's a live feed from the National Assembly, where the Security Committee is meeting up with the Interior PS, a brief on security, and also to deliberate on a number of security issues, and also an update on security. We will have a more detailed report. My colleague Abdulaziz Hashim is currently on that bit.